Alright, welcome back. Yeah, I'm finally getting on to doing this Q&A video, which I've been looking forward to do for quite a while. So I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you enjoyed the last video. I threw up a question box on Instagram like 2 weeks ago, and I also put up one last week as well, so I'm going to answer questions from each of those. So there's been some like personal questions, fitness questions, and just stupid questions really in both of them. So yeah, get into it anyway, starting off. First question, how did you get into fitness? To be honest, my whole life I've kind of tried every sport, like if you want to class that as fitness. So yeah, I've tried most team sports like Gaelic soccer, rugby, hurling, everything, basketball, and I just wasn't that great at them. Like the only thing I was kind of really good at was swimming, which I did from a young age because my father taught me. I got into fitness because I was in a school full of rugby players who kind of hassled me, to be honest, for my weight because I was very skinny when I was younger, until I started kickboxing. So from that, my love for martial arts grew. I began to do karate, jiu-jitsu, MMA and many others. I was 16 and I was 52 kg, like, so I said I'm going to take a break from kickboxing for a few months, and I said I'm going to start going to the gym and lifting weights. So I went to the gym and I kind of began to love that more instead, and I decided to try and make a career out of that. So yeah, that's how it worked out to where I am now, to be honest. So yeah, okay, moving on. What are your goals for the next few years? I'm not discussing my goals here on this channel at the minute. Dream holiday destination, probably Maldives. What's your favourite area to train? By area I presume you mean body part. So I'm going to go with biceps and triceps, to be honest. What's your go-to snack? I don't really snack, to be honest. Like, the meals I eat are kind of big enough to keep me full throughout the day, so that I don't need to snack, if that makes sense. How would you do them spinny kicks? Asking for a friend. I'm going to do a tutorial video on spinny kicks. Not a question, but fair play. Takes balls to start a YouTube channel. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Another personal question. Anything you regret? The only thing I regret really is that I barely went out in my first 3 years of college. Unfortunately, I just didn't. I was just kind of boring. I just focused on getting high grades and the gym, to be honest. So I started going out loads really in my last year, which is probably the wrong time to start going out, but I still managed to get by anyway. Okay. Any tips on how to grow your arms? I don't have the biggest arms in the world, but my tips to grow your arms would be basically try hit triceps at least twice a week. And when you're training your triceps, start off with heavy compound lifts. So do close grip bench press, skull crushers, dips. If you're too light, then do weighted dips. Like, don't fluff around and go straight into isolations, or just do isolations and expect your arms to grow. When you do your isolations, to finish off, do your rope push downs and kickbacks at the end of after doing the compound exercises. What made you grow that beard? So when lockdown started, I knew all the barbers were going to close. I knew my hair was going to start growing long, so I just said fuck it, I'd grow the beard as well with it. So, and I ended up really liking it. So a lot of the lads in college slagged me because they said I can't grow a beard because I've been clean shaven my whole life. It's just the way I was. And look who's laughing now. What is your net worth? Not where I want it to be. Okay. How many mangoes can you fit in your pocket? Well, that all depends on how big your pocket is, really, doesn't it? Are you in a relationship with Kevin? No. We're in a domestic partnership. Oh, this fucking question. Okay. Alright. How much steroids are you blasting in? I'm going to put the phone down for this one, right? So, since I started this channel, I wanted to talk about steroids, but I was actually too frightened to, because steroids is a very broad topic, and if you say the wrong things, you're going to get a lot of people hounding you. So firstly, to answer that question, I've never taken any drug in my life. Yes, I've obviously taken fucking painkillers, and I've never taken anything illegal, if that makes sense. So I haven't taken steroids. I've been natural my whole life. I don't plan on taking steroids. The reason being is, like, I was going to do a natural competition, hence me being natural. I don't plan on doing bodybuilding long term. Um, so I have no need to take steroids. I know people who are on it, and I understand a lot about steroids, but I still want to do my functional training. I still want to do martial arts. So, like, if I take steroids, it's going to affect that, to be quite honest. People say this and don't mean it. I've seen on YouTube channels, I've seen people lie about this, but I'm deadly serious. I've never smoked weed. I've never even tried it. Going back, I just want to live a clean, healthy lifestyle. And now I'm going to get a lot of people saying, weed's not a drug, it's a plant. Yeah, I know. So yeah, I've never taken part of drugs or anything. Just so to answer the question, I'm not blasting in anything. Fuck's sake. Do you find it hard to gain weight or lose weight? Which comes easier? To be honest, because I'm kind of a hard gainer, well, I am a hard gainer, gaining weight's obviously harder. Like, when I started my bulk, I found it really hard to eat the meals that I was on, because I had to force my stomach to expand, literally. Like, I felt like getting sick after every meal, and then it took about 4 months for me to get used to it all. So, but yeah, when I want to cut weight, lucky for me, I just lose weight faster than others, and it's harder to gain weight. So yeah. Do you find it hard on a night out not drinking alcohol? So those who don't know me, I've actually been on a lot of nights out where I didn't drink, and there's a few reasons. Firstly, like, personal reasons why I don't, which I don't want to discuss, and mainly because I was getting ready for that competition, which was cancelled. So I wasn't drinking. I was just focusing on training. So to answer the question, no, I don't find it hard. But what really annoys me is when you're not drinking, and then people start noticing who you meet, and they try to force you to. Like, I've never once in my life saw somebody go out and not drink and say for them for not drinking. It's their choice, but unfortunately that's the way it is in Ireland. I think, to be honest, like, if you're not seen with a drink in your hand, you're kind of looked down upon. Just the way it is over here. Favorite kind of monster? Blue, definitely. Would you rather eat your calories or drink them? Eat them. What has proved to be the hardest part of your cutting phase so far? I'm actually going to give this girl a shout out. I'm going to do the questions anonymous, but I'm going to give this person a shout out because she's a really nice girl, and she helped me a lot in starting my online training. She goes by Stroll on Instagram, but her name is Ola. She is an online coach and is specialised with women's training. So yeah, anyway, the hardest part of the cutting phase so far would be cardio, I'd say, because I'm on such low carbs at the minute. My energy isn't great, so when you have to do 45 minutes of list straight, it's not nice. Also, when I'm in bed at night time, my mind starts going mad. I overanalyze everything. I'm kind of thinking, did I eat too many or too little carbs during that day or whatever. So it's just all kind of mind games, really. Who's your role model? I don't really have a role model. I've obviously had role models growing up. There's people I looked up to, but I try to tell people to be your own inspiration and to be your own role model. Like, just look at yourself and you know how you can progress yourself and become the best version of you. Yeah. Here's alright. Another weird one. Any advice for getting over someone if you're with them long term? Alright. I'm obviously not a relationship wizard or anything, but my advice to anyone getting over someone after being in a long term relationship is, firstly, do not jump into another relationship straight away trying to fill the void of that person you've been with. And secondly, I personally think that you should take at least a year single, just to clear your head, go learn about you, become wiser, learn what went wrong in whatever relationship you're in and what you can do better for the next. Whereas if you were in a short-term relationship and coming out of it, I'd say just don't rush into anything either, but maybe just try going a few dates. That makes sense. Any advice for someone who's struggling to gain weight and build muscle? Alright. To be quite honest, stick to the basic lifts when you're training, and make sure to go heavy and be sure to be in a caloric surplus as well. I can't tell you how many calories to eat. Like, it all depends on the person. So yeah, caloric surplus and heavy compounds. If you're trying to lean down while building mass, what should your macro intake be? Okay, firstly, it's not impossible, but it is extremely hard to lose weight and build mass at the same time. Everybody wants to lose fat, get lean, and also put on muscle mass. I'm not, but yeah, it's quite hard unless you're taking gear, to be honest. As regards to macros, your protein intake should be high. If you're cutting or bulking, it should be, yeah, and your carbs just depend on if you're cutting or bulking as well, if they're high or low. So the person who asked this question, I can't tell you what your macros should be. It's a very broad question. But like, yeah, if that answers it anyway, like you can't really lean down and build muscle at the same time, but yeah. What camera are you shooting on? I'll let you show you. I'm shooting on a Sony Cybershot, if you can see it. It's a DSC HX90. I have to read it off the screen, the name and make of it, but to be quite honest, I don't actually like this camera. I'm looking to upgrade soon, but yeah. What are you absolutely going to devour, food-wise, once you finish your cut? I'm going straight to Chippy Chicken after my cut, after I do that photo shoot. I'm not even messing. The end of the day after that, I'm getting McDonald's. The day after that, I'm going to get a pizza, and I'm going to just pig out for the whole week. So yeah, thoughts on powerlifting shoes. Never tried them, heard they're good. How did you maintain functionality in your bulk? So I maintained functionality was to continually training functional throughout the bulk, so that my body adapted while I was gaining weight. Now it became more difficult obviously because my joints were getting tighter. So I still did my mobility routine twice a week. At the time I was at my heaviest, I was still quite functional and flexible. I think that's it for today anyway, so thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Probably learned a few things about myself. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.